Hi, have you ever felt unproductive about getting your work done, or feel like you had to really work or overwork to get something accomplished? Is like, what is going on? Is this perfectionist? Is this, how can I improve this? Why am I doing this to myself? Because it's me doing it to myself. That's the blend we're going to make today, one for underproductive overwork. My name's Judy Griffin, and I'm with Aroma Health, Texas, and we are getting ready to make a blend. And I just want to see the hands of everybody that never feels underproductive or never feels like they overwork or they working for nothing, no reason, good reason. It's just too much work to get something done. I don't see any hands. So this is going to be a blend that everybody can enjoy. And it really will make you more creative. It will make you more productive in a good way, and maybe have some energy to go home and relax and enjoy yourself instead of passing out with exhaustion. And I'm going to tell you some physical things it's going to help too. Because when we overwork, when we become such a perfectionist that everything we do is turning out to be underproductive because we're so obsessed with getting it right, we're creating inflammation in our body. We're promoting autoimmune reactions, free radical damage, which is rampant with autoimmunity, and that causes tissue degeneration in any organ or part of your body. You might have night sweats, you might have heart palpitations, you might have insomnia or poor sleep. Excess dreaming is also a sign of overwork. And feeling restless, or restless legs, that's more serotonin, but it would fit in with this blend. Forgetfulness, because you just, your brain is fried. Dizziness maybe, dry mouth. All of those are signs that you're spinning your wheels, okay? So today, that's what our little blend is going to be like. I already have my jojoba oil in here because that's what I like to use. Any carrier oil is good. I have the name and the date on my bottle, and I have a really good sealing type cap, okay? Because it takes a while for this to blend and really make it all work in your body. And you'll see a difference if you start using it maybe every day. You can use it just when you think you're overworking, but you've already lost by then. So if you start using it every day, then you'll find that you're working smarter. You're being more creative. That's the goal. And you're actually doing better work. That's really good. So we're going to start with our base, and that's going to be 6 drops. The first one I chose for this is spikenard, and it's a very ancient medicinal essential oil that balances the central nervous system. Excuse me. When your central nervous system is imbalanced, the parasympathetic, which is resting, is not in balance, in sync, in harmony with the sympathetic nervous system, which really drives you and goes into fight or flight and things like that. It makes you move, okay? So you might be stuck in fight or flight or sympathetic overdrive when you have this kind of problem. So we're going to use just a couple of drops of spikenard because it's really rare, and I don't want to overuse it, and a little goes a long way. With spikenard, it's not real smelly, but it has, that ancient medicinal scent to it. Then we're going to put in sandalwood. That's one of my favorites, and this is my Sori sandalwood, which is more expensive, but it is much more medicinal. It helps your creativity, it helps your thinking, You have less worry and less need for security. Okay, so it's very important, very important. 4 drops, so we'll have 6. So we'll go into our heart note, and I'm using geranium. If you want to use rose geranium or rose, especially rose anno, these, or a blend of these, it will help regenerate your tissue. It's perfect for a workaholic or a perfectionist, especially just geranium itself, which is what I'm going to use today. And it helps urinary system symptoms, and that's like, could be from yeast, especially in the summer, it's a problem. So we're going to use 10 drops of geranium. Nice. Because our total for our heart note is going to be 15 drops. So geranium is a little bit new. We haven't done a lot with it, and we haven't done a lot with cypress. We're going for cypress this time because it fits in perfectly. It helps us with our breathing. It's very grounding. It helps to balance your moods. Helps things like vein congestion and spastic colon, which, you know, if you've ever had it, it's important to get help for that in every way you can. What's important in this blend for me with cypress is it works with bereavement. There's a type of grief here that you're working off of when you have to put so much effort into something. Who's driving you? Who is driving you? Who is that little voice inside driving you? Well, when you take cypress, which we're going to do right now, and add the other 5 drops of our heart note, and you add a top note of lemon, it helps a personality who had a childhood where they felt deprived of parental affection. That is so important. You just don't realize it. It almost sets you up for failure and for overwork and overdoing something. And that little voice is not one you hear inside. You hear, you got to work harder, you got to do more, you got to do better. And behind all of it is a child that feels left behind. Maybe their parent was ill, and you know, everything revolved around that. Maybe another child needed a lot of attention and you were kind of left out. It really doesn't matter. Or maybe you were just ignored. This is the blend that's going to help you, because it's going to help with bereavement, with the grief that comes with it. It's almost like in the back of your mind, it's going, you can't win for losing, okay? So we're going to move past that. And our top note has 9 drops. Now, if you don't want to use lemon, or all lemon, let me go through some other ones that would go really well with this blend. You could use neroli because it's calming, and it's a very high scent. You know, it really brings you up and it relaxes you. Ylang, only use Ylang Extra, would also give you that kind of feeling, but a little more zing with it, okay? And it helps in ways like, it helps people that have an estrogenic imbalance or such like that. And even men have estrogen and use it. So it's really working for you on a lot of levels of being happy with who you are. We can always use bergamot, and we use bergaptan-free bergamot. And that works with emotional wounds. It helps to lower cholesterol. It does all kinds of things we can put in here to work on while we're working in this blend that will help us with physical traumas and problems too. There is Litzia, and that is a flower, but it's lemon. It has a lemon scent, but it's very floral, light. It helps people with a lack of creativity. Now, you have to have a lack of creativity if you're underproductive and overworked, okay? Unless you're working in some kind of a slave factory. And it works for exhaustion. So this is a result of unproductive and overwork, okay? So that's one. We can take a blend of any of these. Today I'm just doing lemon because it works with connective tissue and it's rebuilding it as well as geranium. So we've got two going here working for that, and that's one of the worst side effects of being overworked and underproductive or feeling underproductive is that your connective tissue breaks down, and with it your inner communication with your body. Your blood vessels are in better shape, and of course your cholesterol and lipids work better for you also. You can use sweet orange. You can always use sweet orange. It's a favorite of mine because it's a happy scent. It just makes people happy when they smell it. I never see anybody frown. I think I always see people smile, even if it's just a little smile, because they're letting go of tension. And it helps improve digestion. And I'm telling you, we have to work on that in our blends, even if we're not directly working on digestion, because that sets us up to be deficient, less than perfectly healthy as we can be if we don't have good digestion. I can assure you, you don't have good digestion when you're overworked. So this could be a good one to use, or a combination of. We use 9 drops of the top note. And that's our blend. I want to just mention something else. I'm not pushing this aside. We're going to take our blend. We're going to keep it in a dark, cool place, but not refrigerated or cold. And up to 3 weeks, at least give it overnight if you can, if not a little longer than that. And within 3 weeks, you will get a total unique new blend where you can't smell separately any of these essential oils as much as you smell the new creation that you've made. Now, there was something that came up. I wanted to share a question about what is deep sleep really doing? I'm using it, the girl said, but I just want to know more. So deep sleep, a blend that we make in Aroma Health Texas, is for increasing and enhancing REM sleep, R-E-M, REM sleep. And with that is when it's a cycle. It's actually a figure 8 cycle. So it's not just REM all the time. It's going up and down, and you're going in and out of this deep sleep that is REM time. And as you do, and as you get into REM time, you do all kinds of regeneration in your body. And if you don't have it, or you don't have enough of it, or long enough, then you're going to have problems with weight. You're going to have problems with immune problems like infections or allergies, or who knows, all kinds of things. And you're certainly not doing your brain any favors. You know, you might be forgetful or not doing good schoolwork. If you're in school, you may be having trouble with writer's block, all kinds of things like that, both physical especially and mental. So that's how we work. We work on several layers with aromatherapy, and I want to hear your questions and your complaints, if any, or your suggestions, and we'll see you again next week. Like, share, and subscribe. Bye-bye.